look into camera. Okay, so how was Lag BaOmer?
Lag BaOmer was wild, man.
Just tilt your hat down a bit. Just tilt it a bit. That's it.
Let me get my kippah on.
Just tilt it down a bit more. That's it.
Lag BaOmer was wild, man. Whole yeshiva went on the bus, public city bus. Kids were swinging off the rafters, you know, nigunim all day, non-stop. It was crazy, it was crazy, it was exciting. I think it was like Mashiach times experience.
What do you mean by that, Mashiach times?
That it was kind of like, I guess in Russia there's Hasidim who kind of had to hide their Judaism, and here it was just like on a public city bus. Jews just proud of what they're doing and excited and just celebrating it in public and with everyone enjoying it. And it wasn't like a personal thing anymore, it was a shared thing with everybody that everyone could experience and that everyone could enjoy. And I guess that's what happens to Mashiach when you're not worried about the other nations. You're just only worried about serving God. Which is an awesome thing.
So what is that when Mashiach? What do you mean by that? What is that? What happens in the world? What is it that happens?
So the Rambam says that there's two levels of Mashiach. There's the first level, which means that we'll still be going according to the regular standards of the world, but at the same time the world won't be bothering us, the world won't be troubling us, the world won't be telling us what to do. We'll just be doing what we want and just be serving God, because that's what we really want, that's what our soul really wants. And the second level of Mashiach means that we're going to be even beyond the limitations of humanity, and like we're not going to be limited to bodies, and we're not going to be limited to these things. But the first level of Mashiach is that we'll be humans, we'll be in this regular world, but at the same time we'll be free to serve God, and it'll be amazing, and God will be revealed to us, and we'll have the Beit HaMikdash, and we'll have the Mashiach here with us right now. Amen.
And how would you communicate that to the world, like to people, to Jews that are living in the in-between space where they're like not completely following Torah,
right,
but they're like, you know, on the fringes of it, they're looking through the window and stuff, you know?
I mean, kind of in this world that we live in today, I mean, thank God I don't live in that world anymore, because I'm in Tzfat, crazy place. But in this regular world, it's kind of like, it's so limited. You have kind of, even if you are like a free person and you're doing your own thing, there's not really that capability to do what you really want anymore. Of course you can, but at the same time, it's kind of all limited. I mean, unless you're a really special person, but it's really limited to what everybody else is doing, and you're like, you have to kind of show them, you have to show like your personality to them in a way that they can relate to. You can't just show your full personality, or else they won't relate to it. And it's the same thing like with Mashiach. Like, at the same time, like we want to show our full personality, but we can't really do that yet. Because there's all these other people here, there's all these other nations here, there's all these people, there's all these governments that are telling us this is what we can't do this, you can't do that. Maybe there's governments in California who are trying to tell you that you can't have a Brit Milah. They're trying to tell us that, and like they're trying to tell us what we're supposed to do, and we can't really express ourselves like we want to do. And it's the same thing with the world. The world's telling you all have to wear American Eagle shirts. I don't want to wear an American Eagle shirt. Okay, so I'm not going to wear it. Now I'm crazy? So it's kind of the same thing. So this level of judging people just because of what they do will kind of be removed, and it'll be that they'll realize what the truth is. The truth is that everyone has their own personality, and what's the real personality? The real personality is your inner soul, your inner neshama, which is godliness, and there's nothing better than godliness. Godliness is everything, and everything is godliness. Eno mavado.
Yeah, but like a lot of young people think, well, actually, I've got the freedom to choose. I can go to college, I can choose this job, I can choose that job, I can go on holiday, I can get money from my parents. They have a lot what they can do.
So you have all the freedom to choose, to do what you want, but at the same time, is that what you really want, or is that what people tell you is the best thing in the world? If people tell you that's the best thing in the world, to do this and this thing, to try this and this, and to experience this and this, when that's done, was that the best thing in the world? Did that change your life? What's the best thing in the world? Is doing the purpose of the world. There's nothing better than doing the purpose of the world. That's the purpose of creation. There's the blueprints of the world, which is the Torah. Tells you what to do. God created the world. He knows what the best thing in the world is. There's nothing better than what He told you to do. And if He tells us to do that, that's the best thing in the world. So even if people have all these free choices, which is the best thing in the world, it's the best gift we have. But the best thing in the world is when you have this really special choice to choose between good and bad. That's what God had to make this whole crazy world, just to choose between good and bad. When we can choose between good and bad, and we choose to do good, that's the best thing in the world, because we're leaving behind everything else. We're leaving the rest of the world behind, and we're saying, you know what, I want to do what I think is right, and I don't care what anybody else thinks. I'm doing what I think is right. And even if I feel like this is going to be the best thing that I'm going to enjoy this the most, it's going to be my favorite thing, it's only gonna last a few seconds. If you really know it's the best thing, it's gonna last forever, and there's no chance in the world that that won't last more than like what you're doing. It's completely infinite. That's what God is, infinite. Bring infinite into the world. Joe?
Yeah.